Monday, the 3rd of December. I'm Donovan Neal. Obviously, we stay dry. But later today we have a cold front that will come through, which will actually keep us down into the 40s and 50s all week. And then our next chance of widespread showers and thunderstorms will be at the end of this week. So let's look at our upper air look across the continental United States. You can see we have a little bit of troughing down here in the up in the north that's causing a little bit of cool air into parts of course, parts of the southern plains. But then, as temperatures as 4:32 earlier this morning, you can see mostly in the 40s across the North Texas region, except a few places in the Metroplex where they're in the 50s. And we probably won't warm much later today. With a cold front coming through, temperatures would probably go the wrong way, if anything. Around the nation, much of the coldest air remains off to the east, remains off to the west, actually, where they're starting their day in the teens near the Four Corners region. Across the watch warning map, had a little bit of flash flood watch in effect for parts of the Florida Panhandle and parts of southern Georgia, but other than that, we remain pretty quiet. On the convective outlooks, a marginal risk for severe storms in that same corridor. Other than that, no organized severe weather is expected for much of the continental United States. This is the average rainfall for the next 7 days, valid through Monday morning of next week. Heaviest totals remain right here, down here in the southern plains, and amounts around 2 inches or 2.5 inches or more from parts of North Texas. Again, that's anything that we see at the end that's anything that we see at the end of this week and maybe even towards the weekend. We'll explain that in just a second, but let's go on to the model output. This is the 06Z run of the GFS filed this afternoon at noon at 500 millibars, around 18 to 20,000 feet off the ground. You can see we have a broad troughing around in the north. Down here, a 1030 millibar high actually pushes down a cold front down to them from the north. Actually pushes the cold front down south, and with that, and like I've said before, we won't warm much today. As a result of that, highs will mostly stay in the low 50s for much of the day today. And Tuesday, that high pressure begins to come down to the south, and with that, highs will mostly be in the mid 40s, and overnight lows would be in the upper 20s to low 30s. So expect some freezing in some of those places as a result of that upper high bringing in some cold, dry air. And here's Wednesday at 1030 millibar highs, basically near the Arctic-Latex region. We still feel the effects of that. Expect a few more clouds in place with highs mostly in the mid 50s. Thursday, pretty much the same deal. That high pressure is now in the deep south, in Alabama, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. Again, highs mostly in the low 50s with mixing sun and clouds. Maybe we could see a couple of showers or two. Now here's Friday, the peak of the day on Friday. You can see, if you weren't watching, we have that system moving to the east. That's basically coming in from the Pacific. Lots of moisture involved with this. If this were to verify, this would mean a statewide chance of showers and thunderstorms for much of the day on Friday. And if this were to verify, the rain-cooled air would actually keep us in the low to mid 40s, and we wouldn't warm much on Friday. So a lot of the questions to be asked here. So we'll just say mostly a widespread chance of showers and thunderstorms on Friday. But then as we get into Saturday, that rain mostly moves off to the east. But then, as you probably have noticed, probably heard, there's always that chance of a potential winter mischief for parts of the Texas Panhandle, much of Oklahoma, and into parts of North Texas as well. Confidence is at an all-time low at for this forecast, so we'll still mention the chance of some light rain on Saturday with widespread rain chances on Friday. We won't we'll mention the potential for a wintry mix, but we'll just keep the forecast mostly rain. And on Sunday, once that system moves completely out of here, we stay mostly dry, highs mostly in the low 30s with lows mostly in the upper 20s. And here's a week from today, Monday the 10th of December. You can see we have troughing in the deep south down here. That keeps us nice and cool. Highs mostly in the mid 40s with the mix in sun and clouds. And here's the end of the 10-day forecast period. This is Thursday, the 13th of December. Now we do have a bit of a cold trough that's basically just to the west of us. That looks classic for dynamic support. And down here on Thursday, you can see that we have a little bit of a front that's trying to develop by Thursday morning. If that were to verify, that could be a potential severe weather look somewhere. If this were to verify, we have dynamic support, we have enough troughing, and we have frontal system beginning to develop. And if that were to verify, that could be a severe weather look for some places, for somewhere in the United States. Again, still 10 days out, still a lot in fruition. But you can see from the numbers for the next 15 days coming off the European ensemble, you can see that we have once that cold front comes through, we stay mostly below the 60-degree level for most of this week. But then that storm system comes through on Friday, and then for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, our highs mostly remain in the 40s actually, and then early next week looks mostly dry with temperatures warming up gradually as we head into mid-December. That's it for the Texas weather discussion video for today. I'll have more notes in the blog. Next video here is expected to be posted at around 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you can catch your local TV stations on the air at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and Godspeed.